This week's Paganini Pantry, we're making an asparagus bisque. So to start, we need a good pound of these asparagus. When picking out your favorite asparagus, make sure your bottoms aren't too woody. That means that they aren't too dried out, they hadn't been sitting around so long. You can either snap them to get to the part that's still fresh, or take your knife and go about a third way up your asparagus. We're going to take our asparagus spears and we're going to actually blanch them. The reason we blanch our asparagus is for two reasons. One, this cooks it for us. It gives us a nice fast cooking of our asparagus. And two, it's really going to maximize the color. So you see a little bit of a dull green color when you first work with asparagus, but after you throw it in boiling water for about a minute or two, it comes out this gorgeous bright green color. We're going to put it in some water that has a little bit of ice in it, so we have a nice little ice bath going, and that's just going to stop the cooking process for us. Once they've set in the water for about 10 to 15 seconds, you can take them out and your asparagus is ready for the soup. So over here I have some asparagus that is already blanched. I'm going to go ahead and throw that into our Vitamix along with some bacon and garlic. What I love about the Vitamix is that it takes that bacon and that garlic, I can put them both in whole, and it's going to blend them down nice and smooth and fine. To this we're going to add about 1.5 cups of chicken stock. You want low sodium chicken stock for this recipe, and we're going to put it all in our Vitamix and blend it up. Turn it on, adjust the speed. You can make this as smooth or as chunky you want. Since we're going with a bisque, we're going to make it nice and smooth. So I'm going to take the asparagus that we have blended up, put it into a pan to heat up with about 1/2 cup of heavy cream. And to this, to add a little bit of flavor and to give a little bit of a salt flavor to it as well, about 1/4 cup of grated Parmesan cheese. Mix this all together. We'll give it about 2 minutes to heat up, and then we'll go ahead and plate it. See you in 2. At this point, once your asparagus soup has started to boil, you want to taste it and adjust your salt and pepper to taste. This is perfect and it's ready to be plated. So I'm going to take the soup, and the way I'm going to plate it is just by putting 2 or 3 spoonfuls of our soup into a nice bowl. And then I took some of our asparagus that we blanched earlier and I cut the heads off of them. So I have these gorgeous little asparagus spears that were blanched, so they're cooked. And I'm going to float them right on top of our soup. So we have that nice little spear sitting on the top. And then, of course, since we put a little Parmesan cheese inside of our soup, we're going to put a few little flakes of Parmesan cheese right on top. A perfect spring soup, easy to do when you use your Vitamix.